a civil war. You're going to be affected by martial law. Martial law in the United States is not going to be in Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, or Peru, or Chile. It's going to be in the United States. Do you follow me?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
So
But we're going to be here. We're not going to bail. People have just had it.
Sure.
You know, we've had it. We've been rebels. Television has inoculated us to be warriors. You know, and you know, on an intellectual, on a mental level, there are a lot of sheep on an intellectual level in the United States. But if they were to come in and build a fence and try to imprison people inside a city, physically, blatantly, very few people would actually go for that here in the States. Very few. And the only way they can make this one world government work, the only way they can make this one world government work is to do this. They can't keep us free. They can't allow us to be free. There's just no way. Plus, karmically, we're responsible for a lot of the stuff because we invited the Greys down here in the first place. But the Greys, their agenda is completely different. They want to enslave the world. They want to violate your free will. And that is a no-no. Now, if you give them your power, if you give it to them and say, okay, sure, fine, just make me safe. Just guarantee that I'll have a home and I can raise my kids and I'll give you all the power you want. Then you deserve what you get. And there will be some who do that. And they deserve neither freedom or anything else if you give away your rights. And that's my opinion. I don't do a good sheeple. I never have. Yes, somebody else had her hand. Yes.
About a year ago, the various Border Patrol units went under a training program where they were testing and practicing with their surveillance technology from one side to the other. They spent, in a 10-day period, they spent 2 days learning how to keep aliens from coming into the United States. They spent 8 days keeping Americans from
Going into Mexico.
out. So they were learning. There was a big flap in the Border Patrol at that time. A lot of people wanted to resign. They felt that there was something sinister going on for them to even be confronted with that type of scenario.
Okay, let's talk about that. I'm going to loosen up my tie. It's really hot in here. Okay, let's talk about that. Now, let's look at the idea that the United States of America is the #1 debtor country in the world. Now, the real portion of the United States, the legal portion of the United States, is only Washington, D.C., 68 square miles. Are you aware of that? That's the only true portion of the United States, 68 square miles. Now, since 1933, we started hearing the word democracy instead of republic. In school books, in magazines, this is done on purpose. There are huge differences between a democracy and a republic. In a republic, the chief rule of law is God, people, state, and then federal. Okay, this is a republic. To the republic for which it stands. Oops, that's supposed to be a P. Now, in a democracy, it's absolutely the opposite. It's federal, state, it's people, God bless you, and then God. The United States of America, if you were to take all the mortgages that you now have on your property, if you were to take every debt to a credit card, to a bank that you have, department store, if you were to take everything that the government did, all the defense contractors, all the money they borrowed, even the money that the banks borrowed from the Federal Reserve to keep the United States operating, right now, today, the United States of America as a country, including all the 50